Good morning, y'all. It's your girl Charnel. Welcome back to my channel, beautiful people. I'm gonna just continue this video as if I haven't been gone for the past like 2 to 3 years on this channel. Okay, if you guys want a life update, comment below, let me know. Otherwise, we're just gonna skip over it and we're just gonna get into the videos. All right. So right now I am actually eating a breakfast. You guys know, for those of you who've been around for a while, that I tend to eat very healthy. So this is guac and gluten-free bread. I've recently been doing gluten-free. I have some eggs, and then I got some green tea because my skin has been on something, okay? In this mug, it's actually so cute. If this would focus, it says, "Never let them tame your wild." Okay, honey, so I just want to remind you, don't let nobody take away your awesomeness. Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast, then we're gonna jump into the video. We're going to talk about, I guess, what I'm doing for work today. I am not seeing clients today. We're gonna talk about what I'm doing for work today. We're gonna talk about boundaries in relationships. For those of you who don't know, I am a therapist. I am not on YouTube to be a therapist, but I just thought it would be helpful to, in some of my videos, insert some topics that I think are very prevalent that are worth having conversations about. So if you're interested in that, that would be exciting for you guys to stick around, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you guys know when videos have been dropped from your girl. And yeah, I'm gonna eat my food and then I'll come back and talk to you guys.
Oh, so limitless.
Hey guys, okay, so I finished eating my breakfast and I actually just got away with doing 2 hours worth of case notes. Yesterday at work, it was a very busy day in terms of seeing clients and how many clients I was seeing yesterday. And so I didn't have an opportunity to do my case notes, so today was my day to do so. Okay, so just a bit of an update. Guys, I have my own private practice and I feel so good about it. It's been November, December, January, February, March, April. Literally 6 months. Damn, I didn't even take that in. It's been 6 months since I've been in private practice and 4 months since I've been doing it full time. Okay, so I left my previous job end of December and have been doing my private practice on my own since January. So it's been a really great run. I've made really great connections with my clients, and honestly, I'll get into more details in another video, but I'm just so happy to be in this space. And I really just thought, with my extra time, because I do see clients only 3 days out of the week, because again, therapy can be very mentally taxing, and I want to make sure that I'm giving my clients all of my energy and the best of me, so I'm not trying to overwork myself, which is another thing that I learned during this whole panoramic experience. So yeah, so that's a bit of what's been going on. So anyways, on Fridays, I usually have the opportunity to do things, admin tasks that I wouldn't have necessarily done throughout the rest of the week. And it usually doesn't take me this long because my case notes are usually done the same day. But again, yesterday I had like some clients literally pop in and request an appointment same day. And so it just took away from my opportunity to do my case notes. Anyways, so today I am responding to emails. I've already done that. Checked my voicemails and responded to those. Done case notes. I have 2 more to do and then I'll be done. Case notes are super important. If you are into this field as a clinician, I advise you to never get behind on your case notes because it's not fun. I also do my finances, keep track of my finances on a weekly basis. Have my invoices in check, all that kind of stuff, so that when tax season comes, it is way easier for me to just provide my information to my accountant. Just like, hey, this is my spreadsheet, this is all the income, all the expenses, all the taxes I've paid the government, which I pay on a quarterly basis as I've incorporated my business. Again, whole other like video. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. And I also make sure that I read on a daily basis. This is something that I'm getting more in, incorporating more into my practice. so that I am keeping up with current trends in the therapy world, especially current matters that my clients bring into our sessions. I do have extensive years of experience in this field, but it's just always good to either refresh my memory and also just learn more, because you can always learn more. And I take my role as a therapist very, very seriously. Yeah, so I'm going to finish up my case notes. I also actually had to upload documents for some of my clients. Usually, again, that's something that I do same day, but yesterday it was just a hectic day, so I uploaded those documents for my clients who needed to receive certain documents based on what we were discussing. And yeah, in today's video, I'm also going to talk to you guys. Let me just actually do it right now. I was honestly so nervous to come back here on YouTube. I would say like I've been really consistent from 2013. I wouldn't even say consistent. I was just more active on YouTube from like 2013 to 2017. Stopped, came back in 2019 for a bit, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm just not going to do YouTube, because I was just really fearful about my role as a therapist and showing up on this platform, and how much information was too much to share. And it's something that I've always gone back and forth. Even when I was doing my master's, like all the way in 2014, I was talking to my placement supervisor, and I was like, yo, like, how do you think social media is going to impact my role as a therapist? And honestly, everyone I've spoken to has just said, like, do your thing. Like, again, I know that therapy is not my life. It is something that's super important to me, but it's not my life, and I don't want it to control my life. And so I'm like, you know what? I've been having trouble sleeping lately because I've been really just like anxious about, like, I really want to do this. Like, I need to stop waiting. I have free time to do it now, so it's like, why am I not using this time the way that I can? And so one of the greatest antidotes to fear is doing what it is that you're fearful of doing. And so here I am, I'm showing up. I already feel better even just starting. Okay, and usually for me, you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that, like, if I've tried so many different things, and if an idea comes to mind, I don't sit with it, because that's when I allow like my self-doubt or fear to like really just push away me trying something that I may regret if I don't actually try. So this is actually, YouTube is the one that I've actually like just pushed away for a really long time, but I'm here, I'm showing up. I'm actually so excited to share some content, again, talk about different topics that I think are very important for us in general to speak about as human beings. And I'm actually really excited to touch into my luxury world with you guys, because I've always loved luxury, but part of me was just like, you know, like, you don't want to be showboaty or you don't want to show up anything, but it's not really even doing that. Like, when I see other Black women in this space and they own it, it's just like, yeah, like, why can't I do that too? And so you're gonna see that part of my world. My husband and I, we moved, sold our last home, moved into this one, so I'm excited to share you guys our furniture and like how we are designed and like how we decorate. So there's so much that I'm excited to share. And yeah, anyway, so as I was mentioning this morning, I just woke up really anxious about like, okay, no, like, today's the day that I'm gonna start recording. So I needed to really get myself in check, because when I'm feeling uneasy, self-care is like super important. And I do encourage people to do self-care on a daily basis, as opposed to having like just doing it like once a month or like once a week, because you do want to make sure it's something that supports you in feeling grounded. So for me, a regular thing is movement on a daily basis, so whether that be a walk or an exercise, or a stretch. So instantly this morning, after getting out like a really great exercise routine done, I felt instantly better. Okay, I was just like, whew, released. Also, paced breathing or like meditation has been really helpful for me to just like not judge my thoughts, for me to just be present, to just really focus and just being mindful in the moment. So those two things are things I did this morning to really support me in decreasing the amount of anxiety I guess I was experiencing about being on this space that like is just so like, was once so easy for me to be on. And again, for various different reasons. As you guys have noticed, I've taken down like a lot of all of my last videos. Slowly I'll be reintroducing some of them that I think are still appropriate for me to share given my role, given that I have my own business. Again, I don't want my clients to show up on my space. If they do show up here, find me on here, and I don't want it to impact their therapy with myself. So yeah, so many different things that have crossed my mind as to why I haven't showed up on YouTube, but we are here. I'm doing it. I'm happy to be here, and I really just hope you guys stick around because it's about to be fun as hell. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to finish up all of my tasks. If you guys, again, are one of the OGs, you guys remember this computer my husband bought me for one of my birthdays? Like, I was so obsessed. Like, I had a whole vlog, we were dancing. Don't think I'm gonna post it again, but yeah, this is the computer that I'm using to do all of my work, and it just feels good to be in the space that I'm in. It feels good to have created this lifestyle that I thought was so far for me to do. Like, what do you mean your girl's working 3 days a week and is chilling? Okay. So yeah, life is really good right now. I am so grateful to be in the space that I'm in, and I'm just really excited to share everything with you guys, educate you guys on some topics that I think are very important and beneficial. And yeah, if you guys have any like certain topics that you want to explore, please comment below and let me know. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be continuing to go at the beat of my own drum. I've been doing that for some time now. It feels so good. And so yeah, so far on my day of things that I've done for self-care: exercise, meditate, actually lotion up my body with some good scented lotion, which I love, and it actually makes me feel good. I got dressed up. That is something that I think is important for me, to feeling good as well. And I ate healthy. Okay, so those are 5 things that I've already done before the afternoon has even hit. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do a bit more self-care through the day too, though. Like, I think I'm gonna tap into some journaling and to just process more of my feelings, especially like starting back on this space. And that's all I'm kind of thinking of right now. Definitely going to continue the healthy eating throughout the day. That is a staple part of my self-care to feel good. And I notice also it affects my skin when I eat a certain way. So I've had to make adjustments. Comment below, have any of you guys actually like experienced during this whole panorama, like your body changing in a way that it's never occurred before? Like, my skin has gotten like really bad. Like, I think it's hormonal changes. So I'm gonna actually have to reach out to another naturopath. I was working with one, but I'm feeling to switch. I'm gonna work with a naturopath and figure this out because I really want to get to the bottom of it, and clear my skin again, because I was looking at my old videos and I'm like, geez, my skin was like it. Okay. But yeah, so that's one of my goals, to clear that up. And I am honestly just like all over the place with my thoughts. So I'm gonna have to collect all my thoughts, come back after I finish my task for my business, and then I'll talk to you guys about boundaries. Okay guys, I'm going to do a quick outfit of the day. You know, I love my fits. I dress like a child, like I'm still in high school, but that's okay. So this is a crop top that I got from Garage. I love Garage. If you guys live in Canada or Ontario, I don't know if they have it all over Canada. And then these are some joggers that make that annoying noise, but I love them. They're so cute. And I actually got a gold ankle bracelet to go with the fit when I actually wear it out. And you know, some Adidas. In Canada here, we don't actually wear shoes in our house, so these are just my house slippers. But this is the little fit that I have going on today. I really can't wait to actually like style this fit when I'm able to go out, because if you live in Ontario, you know we're still on lockdown. Can y'all believe that? A whole year later. But it's okay. It is okay. We will get through this. Anyways, I am going to put this down so we can actually talk about boundaries. Hey y'all, so I am completely in a different room right now. You guys are going to notice, regardless of what room I'm in, the walls are the same. The previous homeowners painted the walls this deep gray. I would like to change the colors because I'm like actually over it, but that is a whole process in itself. But anyways, I do want to talk to you guys about boundaries. So I'm not speaking to you from a perspective of, well, it is a perspective of a therapist, but I'm not speaking to you as a therapist. I'm speaking to you as Charnel. Okay, so I would like for you guys to take what applies and what doesn't, and leave what doesn't apply for you. This is not therapy at all. This is just me providing some education and some information about boundaries. Now, I specifically enjoy or prioritize working with individuals who request support around relationship dynamics, challenges they might be having with relationships, whether that's relationships within the workplace, relationships with family, relationships within their intimate partners. And so you guys know I love and I was just about to go on a tangent, but let's forget it. Let's just hone in on the boundaries. So again, take whatever applies to you and leave what does not. But with boundaries, it's super important to have a healthy relationship. You need to have healthy boundaries. Having healthy boundaries allows us to share what it is that we expect from another individual that we're interacting with, and it also allows us to feel, to express what it is that we need, which is very, very important. Having boundaries allows us to also feel respected. It allows us to feel safe, secure within that relationship dynamic. And it also allows us to just feel comfortable with that person that we are sharing these boundaries with. Now, often people might expect their romantic partner or their friend just to know what their boundary or expectation or need is. And I want to make it very clear that nobody can read our minds. Although some things may seem very obvious to you, it may not be obvious to the other person for many reasons. So in order for your boundaries to be met and for your boundaries to be, respected, you need to share those. We need to be clear about what our expectations and needs are in whatever relationship that we have with another individual. If we don't set up those boundaries, it can lead to exhaustion, signs of like you recognizing that you don't actually have boundaries, or you don't necessarily, not that you don't have boundaries, but you don't state your boundaries and respect your own boundaries or honor your own boundaries. You can feel resentful to a specific person. You can feel burnt out with like work or just life. You kind of sometimes feel like you just always want to escape. So you could start avoiding certain people, certain situations. You could feel really overwhelmed. And these are like all signs, at times, not all the time. These are huge signs of you not necessarily having and upholding your boundaries. So in order to have a boundary, it's super important to clearly state what it is that you need or expect from the person that you're interacting with. And it can be really hard for family members, friends, co-workers to respect these boundaries if we don't respect our boundaries ourselves. So let's say that you dedicate 2 hours to just you time in the morning before 8 a.m. But a parent calls you all the time. They wake up and they're like, let me call my daughter. And they call you before 8 a.m. and that like disrupts your flow. You might feel like resentful, like, oh, they're impeding on my time, or you might be annoyed, or you might even avoid their call, which can be hard as a child to do that. And also sometimes some people could perceive that as unfair because, again, you don't necessarily set what it is, like you don't necessarily tell your parent when you want them to call you. So an example of setting a boundary, and I know this can be really hard if we're not used to being assertive or clearly communicating what it is that we want, but it can just be like, hey mom, don't call me before 8 a.m. if you call me before 8 a.m., I will not be able to answer your call. And sometimes we might get pushback. Often we're gonna get pushback because mom could be really defensive, or just people aren't used to change. But sometimes you might actually be surprised about the response people give you. It could be as simple as okay. Okay, so we always want to think the best about when we set our boundaries, but you want to make sure your boundaries are clearly stating what it is that you want. It can be helpful to kind of set up or let them know what the consequences will be if they don't respect your boundaries. So in that example, it's like letting mom know, like, I won't answer your call at 8 a.m. You don't have to say I'll answer your call later on. It's just literally keep it short and sweet. The shorter it is, the better it is. And you also want to uphold your boundary by respecting your boundary yourself. So if you say you're not going to answer by 8 a.m. and mom calls you before 8 a.m., mom could forget. Or mom could just be like, oh yeah, my daughter is not going to keep that boundary with me. I'm her mom. If mom does not respect that boundary, you have to respect it by not answering her call before 8 a.m. Okay? And if you kind of go back on what you said, then mom is going to continue to disrespect your boundary, as you also are not honoring your boundary. So you want to clearly state what it is that you want. You want to also keep it short and sweet, and you want to make sure that you honor your own boundary by literally following through on the consequence that you may have stated. Another thing is, the reason why it can be really hard for us to actually hold boundaries or even set boundaries is because growing up sometimes, I know in a Caribbean household as a child, we didn't necessarily always have the ability to have our own boundaries and have them respected. And so if someone like doesn't necessarily respect your boundaries, or you set a limit and someone doesn't respect your limit as a child, you grow up not knowing how to set a limit, or like recognizing that it's okay to set limits and have those limits respected. And so based on your upbringing, that could really influence how you choose to set boundaries or not set boundaries. But it doesn't mean that boundaries are wrong. And I feel like I'm going to leave it at that. There's so much that we can talk about in relation to this that could be carried on again for hours and hours, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. If you guys have any specific questions about boundaries, please comment below. Let me know. Let's talk about it. Like, what do you guys feel about boundaries? Is it easy for you guys to set boundaries, or is it hard for you to set boundaries? And what gets in the way of you guys being able to do that? Comment below. Let me know. Let's get a conversation started, because I know for me, in some spaces it can be very easy to set boundaries, like in the workspace, and that's me saying that now, not necessarily when I was a recent graduate. But for like family, sometimes it can be hard to set boundaries. So there are different spaces in which boundaries are required, and it's always just a work in progress for us all. So that is definitely something that I could relate with, and I just wanted to share that with you guys and see where your head's at in regards to that. So yeah, I feel like I am going to wrap up the video here. I want to pop on, say what's up to you guys, talk to you guys about something real quick, and I'm about to go read for an hour and then chill for the rest of the day. So I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you guys choose to stick around. Give this video a thumbs up if you like the concept of this video. Make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you guys are notified when I drop a video, because I'm not even sure of the dates that I'll be dropping as of yet. I'm just going to drop as I feel suitable, hoping to be on here actively at least once a week. And yeah, it's your girl Charnel. I'm so excited to be back. Hopefully all 21,000 of you stick around, all right? And we get some more lovely people on this space. I will talk to you guys soon. Deuces.